Okay, so I got a fair amount of questions about traveling with those really old green cards, right? From the 80s, even early 90s, I think, that didn't have expiration dates. And so generally, I would say don't travel with them. Not because they're not valid. In theory, you're still a permanent resident, right? But there was a huge push to get people to renew them and get new green cards with expiration dates. And so it is true that you might attempt to re-enter and get pulled into secondary or be given an issue, right, upon re-entry. And so therefore, what I would suggest doing if you have one of these really, really old green cards is file an I-90, right, do a green card renewal, and then do an info pass to get a stamp, an I-551 stamp to travel while it's pending. The other thing to consider here is if you do have one of these really old green cards, that means you've been a permanent resident for a really long time. So I would also consider just naturalizing, filing for naturalization. With the N400, technically that's an extension of your green card for 2 years. Additionally, I would be careful and just make sure you know the category. So I've had people with these really old green cards that don't expire. And it looks like their visa category have been like conditional residence, right? And then they never filed to remove their conditions. So just be careful with that. At this point, given the climate, would suggest filing the I-90, you have that receipt, doing an info pass appointment, getting the I-551 stamp, and then you go ahead and you travel freely with that without concern.